Hello, welcome back to my channel. I completely gave up on yesterday's video because I got really frustrated by the river. I tried to get it to work so many times. This is like the first time in this series of trying the sock machine that I've been very frustrated, and I gave up. And I spent the entire day trying to figure out how to get the river to work. The most successful I was I got it to work, except I dropped one stitch like right away, and I didn't notice until basically later when the machine was just like messing up other things, and I took it off and I saw that I had dropped a stitch anyway. So I got really frustrated and I just had to stop. Also, now that I've taken the sock off the machine, I don't think it's very cute. It's like maybe the ribbing should have just been the sock color, and like the heel should have been contrast because it's kind of crazy looking. Maybe it would look better as like a finished sock, but right now I'm frustrated. But I'm gonna try again. I've given myself some time. That could either be a good thing or a bad thing. It could be a bad thing because I might not remember what I was learning, but I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna just do one solid color to try it. So we just do the ribbing, the sock, the heel, blah, blah, blah. I think it was also tension issues I was having because I tightened the tension to do the rib, and then I just love a tight tension, and so I didn't change it when I did the ankle and the heel, and then my stitches started to pop off. So I should probably put the tension back to the place it wants to be for at least the ankle portion and like the foot portion. The ribber is so annoying. You can't even really see what you're doing because the ribber like covers everything. So you can see like that's where my stitch dropped, and like now other stitches are dropping. One cool thing was when I took the scrap yarn off, it is like a clean cast on the edge. So theoretically, doing it that way, like I could just knit the whole sock, and then the only thing I would have to stitch would be the Kitchener stitch for the toe. So I thought that was cool. Now I just have to figure out how to do it correctly. So let's try again with the stupid ribber attachment. I'm also like, if I could get it to work, I would love to knit like a fully ribbed sock because I think that would be so cute versus just a bunch of like stockinette socks. So let's try again. I'm gonna start by knitting my scrap yarn onto my setup on it, and then I'm going to go right into using the ribber. I'm going to switch to my main color, and I'm going to put the ribber on top. Let's see if I can remember how to do this without watching that video again. Kind of dreading this because I feel like it's not going to work, but I know that's not a good attitude to have. Okay, so I'm gonna knit to get this, I don't know if you can't see it, but there's this like pink stop right there. So I'm gonna knit until my halfway mark is a little bit over. And then this thingy goes on. I wonder if I already put it on too far. Okay, and then I had that pushed all the way over. Oh yeah, now I have to put the needles in, duh. I almost made it all the way around. I added all the needles. And now I'm just hoping that everything goes smoothly. They are kind of twisting and like it's getting kind of close to the other needles. They're not really like centered in between the other needles, so I think that's probably an issue. Don't really know what to do about that issue. Like, I could maybe tighten this. I don't even know what this does. Everything seems to be catching though. I don't see any dropped stitches yet. Okay, wait, I already went like halfway around my first row, so I'm going to reset this and maybe I'll do like 15 rib rows before I go to stockinette. So I'm having an issue. The issue is the needles are supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be like, these are the rib stitches, these are the rib needles, these are the jersey needles or stockinette needles. But now they're kind of like this, like they're on top of each other and they're supposed to be overlapping. So it's not working, it's starting to drop stitches. So I need to figure out what's wrong with this now.
Later.
I tightened this so it's moving much more easily now. I also changed where the stockinette needles are gonna go. So I just switched them all over one position so it would line up with the rubber dial a little bit better, maybe. And then I tried to like loosen the tension, or try to loosen this one part that's like underneath the machine. And now I'm gonna give it a try again. I still don't know what this tension thing does, but it's like, it's much looser now, and I still have my tension kind of tight. So I'm hoping that like the looseness of the parts will make it move easier. I'm gonna start over. So I'm gonna start over and get back to the point where I was before and see if it's working.
1 hour later.
I don't exactly know what I did, but it is working now. I was worried because, I'm sorry that I'm like, I just tried to fit in the frame with the sock machine. It was like going smoothly just a second ago, but the needles were still getting very close together. But it was still working, and I put the heel forks on as more weight, which I think definitely helped too. And then all of a sudden, like the needles shifted, and now they're like perfectly centered in between the other needles. So I don't know what happened. I did tighten this, like it was just loose and not doing anything. And I could see that like something was moving. So I just tightened it where it was. Maybe that was it. I don't know, because I don't know what that does. But it's working now, and I've done 18 rows. I don't think I've dropped any stitches. I've been like looking at it very closely and I have not seen any drop stitches. So I'm gonna keep going. I think I'm gonna do, well, I was gonna do 20 rows, but now I'm like so excited that it's working. But I feel like attempting to do a full rib sock right now would be ambitious and I would probably mess it up. Maybe I'll do 25 and then I'll go into stockinette. All that, you know, stuff we've already done. Although, oh my gosh, doing a rib sock would be so cool. Should I just try it? It would just be like a red rib sock. No, it might be tricky. And then after I do the heel, I would have to like do the bottom of the foot in stockinette and then the top in rib, because it might not be comfortable to walk on rib. Although, I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, I'm just gonna do the rib cuff right now. So maybe I'll just do 25, like I said, and then go into the stockinette ankle. Yeah. I just got to 24. So now I'm going to slowly change out all the rubber needles for regular needles to try to seamlessly switch over to stockinette. And I didn't watch a video on how to do this, but I did try it when I made this, just like the way that I thought made the most sense to do it, and it worked. So I'm gonna do it this way. It's probably the way that you do it. I don't know how else you would do it. Once my little beginning of round line comes back around, I'm just gonna take out the rubber needle, put that stitch on a regular needle, bigger needle, and put it in the machine. And I'm just gonna do that all the way around, and then eventually they will just be on the sock needles, the regular needles, and I'll take this off and I'll keep knitting in stockinette until I get to the heel. Wow, look at all the ribs. It looks really good. I don't see a single drop stitch. Oh my god, yay! I'm gonna do the ankle portion. I'm just gonna make this in my size because I am still learning and I haven't asked anyone else for their measurements yet. So maybe the next sock will be for someone else. This could be for my mom. I could make it like a little bit. Well, this is the ankle, so it doesn't matter. I think I'm gonna do a taller sock. This was 25, so maybe I'll do like double for the ankle. So I think I'm gonna crank 50 and then do the heel. And of course, now that we're thinking about doing the heel, I'm very tempted to do a contrast color. But let me think about it, because I'm scared to push my luck, you know? Like, I just got this to work and I would hate to then like mess up the heel by changing the color. Since I can't resist a contrast heel, I'm just gonna do a tonal red, solid red heel. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm like afraid to touch anything. So this is the yarn that I'm using now. It's like more of a blood like lipstick. It's more like a blood red, but it does have some color variation. So this will be my heel. It'll just be slightly different. I just cannot make a solid color sock. Yeah, let's do the heel now, woohoo! Is done, and now I'm going to go back to my main sock color and do the foot portion. I'm going to make it a little bit longer than my foot so it'll fit my mom, and then I'm going to do the heel. Maybe I'll just do the heel in the main sock color, because I think it could be kind of cute to just have the little tonally red heel and then everything else the same. I ended up doing 63 rows for the foot because I'm a women's size US 8 and mine was 59 stitches and my mom's an 8.5. So I'm just gonna add a couple rows because I still want that negative ease. So I'm doing 63. And I'm just guessing, but it'll stretch hopefully. Now I'm gonna do my toe and I'm just gonna do it in the same yarn color and then it'll be done, woohoo! And I can see the rib part now and it looks good. No dropped stitches, looks like a rib, woohoo! I'm so happy that it finally worked. It's like, it's not perfect because the needles were kind of moving a little bit, but it looks pretty good and I'm so glad that it worked because I was getting really, really frustrated. The night that I tried the ripper like over and over and over again, I was like, I got that feeling, and I don't usually get this feeling, but it was like, I hate this machine. I just want to smash it. That's why I stopped. Okay, let's do the toe now. Also, I'm watching Sex and the City as I do this, so if you hear any weird voices in the like time lapse, it's Sex and the City. Scrap yarn time, and then we can cast off. Woohoo! Yay, done! This is what it looks like when it comes off. I'm going to take all the extra bits off, sew up the toe, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Done! I finished both socks, and I cut my bangs. Okay, I did the next sock, just going from memory from what I did for the first sock, and I did do an incorrect amount of stitches for the rib. I did 25 for the first one and 20 for the second one. So, oh well. Also think I forgot to switch the tension back at one point, and the first one is like a little bit bigger than the second one. I feel like I need to like make a checklist of things that I have to do when I make a sock, like at least from what I'm learning with this machine and like how it's working for me. It's like tighter tension for the rib, regular tension, like the tension that the machine likes for the ankle and foot, and then tighter tension for the heel and the toe, because it gets too loose in my opinion for the heel and the toe when I do like the regular tension that the machine likes. And it's kind of wild how big of a difference it makes when I change the tension up just like one level. It's a big difference. Like I did the same amount of rows. It's just like a bigger sock. I'm learning. But they look like socks, which I think is a good sign. I do think the rib is like kind of loose. It's also like not perfect. Like you can see it kind of has like a shift, and that's where the needles were like getting super close, and then they like kind of corrected themselves. So I don't know what is up with that or how I'm gonna fix that. But I'm glad they corrected themselves. The second time I did it, it did work better. They didn't do that, so I really have no idea. It's like I'm like trying to figure out what I should be doing to correct it, but like this one just kind of corrected itself, and I don't know how, I don't know what I did or what to do. Oh, but I was thinking maybe the next sock that I make, maybe I'll do what I did like on the first couple socks, where I turn the cuff over to get it a little bit thicker and less, just like less loose. Like it doesn't have great recovery. It looks kind of messy. Maybe it would look better on a foot. I actually haven't put this on my foot yet. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I would do like the rib and then fold it over and then start doing the stockinette portion after folding over the rib, and maybe that would look better. I don't know. That's it for this video. Woohoo! We made a pair of socks with a rib. Successful. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!